Hi guys, welcome to a new video. This video is a sewing tutorial for the previously drafted video that's on my channel. If you've not seen it, I'll leave a link in the description. If you are just seeing this page for the first time, please don't make it your last. Hit the subscribe button and turn on your notifications. For my returning subscribers, thank you very much. Please don't forget to like, share, comment, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you'll be notified whenever I make a new post. Thank you. Now, these are my patterns from the previous video. What I'm going to do is to place it on the fabric and cut out. So to cut the patterns, I'm just cutting round by 1/2 inch, except on the side because I already added 1.5 inch. I also decided to add an extra 1 inch at the bottom of this top to make it a little bit longer. So that's what I'm going to do. Please note that I ironed my paper gum on this fabric just to give it a little bit of definition. I'll go ahead and place the back pattern on my fabric. I'll do the same thing here. I added 1 extra inch at the bottom, just make it a little bit longer, and that's about it. So this is what the back pattern looks like. I'm just going to go ahead and try to transfer my darts to the body. So this is me just notching the dart point just like so it will be easy for me to take my dart. I'm also going to be placing the yoke on a piece of fabric and cutting out 2 of it. I think I lost the clip. But after I was done cutting every pattern with their fabric and lining, this is exactly what I have. So that's my fabric for the center front. The white part is my lining. I did the same for the side back. And then for the yoke, I cut out 2 pieces because I'm using the same material as the lining of the yoke. So that's 1 piece over there, and that's the other one that will serve as the lining. The next thing to do is to join them together. Now I'll be taking the lining piece for the back part. I'll place it on the right side. Just like so. Carefully place it. After which I'm going to be sewing it like this from the armhole. I'll leave the shoulder area open. I'll then go in for my neckline and go down by my zip allowance. So my armhole, my side, my zip allowance, and my neckline. The only part that will be open is my shoulder area and the bottom part of this top. I'll also take my front piece. Then I'll open it up just like so. So I have 3 sides. I have 2 sides and 1 center front. So I'm just going to be placing them like this, and then I'll be going in by 1/2 inch like this, following the lines 1/2 inch. Now I'll take my lining piece for the front and repeat the exact same thing that I've done for the body. I'll repeat the same thing for the lining. So this is what it looks like for the lining. So you can see it's coming together, and this is what the lining looks like. This is what it looks like. Now for the yoke of this top, you're also going to be placing the front and the lining piece together, and then you're just going to go in by your neckline and also by the side. So the only part that will be open is your shoulder area. I've gone ahead to stitch it down, so this is what it looks like. Now I'm just going to go ahead and turn it over to the right side. You're going to be doing that from your shoulder opening. So you just try to turn it over to the right side from the shoulder opening. That's what I'm doing. So I've succeeded in turning it out, and this is what it looks like. So you're just going to straighten it out. After straightening it out, I'll take it to my ironing table, and then I'll just press it thoroughly to give it a clean finish. I'll also take my front part and then just iron it and open the seams up just like so. So I'll do that thoroughly all through the top to give it that clean finish. After doing this, I'll set it aside. Now for my back piece, I've joined the lining to the front part. I've also taken in my dart on both sides, and then I've closed it down just like I said I would. So I closed the armhole area, the neckline, and the 2 sides. So this is just me trying to turn it over to the right side. The only open part is my shoulder and the bottom part of this top. So I'll turn it out carefully. But before I do that, I decided to notch it up a little bit, especially the neck area, just so it will be a lot more seamless. I'll notch it carefully before I turn it over to the right side. So after turning it out, this is what it looks like. As you can see, the armhole area is neat, so is the neckline and the two sides of this top. I'll go ahead and do the same thing for the other back piece. Then I'll give it a good press and I'll show you what it looks like. So I've gone ahead to turn the other side of the back, and this is what it looks like for both sides. The next thing to do is to join my zip allowance. So I like to use a loose stitch here. That's the number 5 on your machine. So I'm going to go to my machine and run it down using my zipper allowance. I'll do that and then I'll set this aside and move to the front part. Now I'll join my yoke to the front part of this top. So this is exactly how I'll be placing it, right side to right side. So just go ahead and place yours like this. You can go ahead and use a pin to pin it up just so it will stay in place and it will be easy for you to control. So after pinning it down, you're going to take your lining piece and place it right side of the lining to the right side of the material, just like so. Make sure you place it neatly and carefully. And then I'll just go ahead to pin this down carefully so it will be easy for me to work with. After I'm done pinning, I'm going to go ahead and go in by 1/2 inch from the upper part of this top down to the side, just like so. Follow the direction of my fingers. I'll go over it again, so like so, to the top and then to the side. So that's all. After joining the top part, this is what it looks like. I decided to top stitch, so this is just me notching this carefully so it will turn neatly. So I've gone ahead to turn it to the right side just to see what it looks like, and this is what it looks like. Now I'm going to open this up and top stitch it just like so. You top stitch it towards the direction of the lining. So after top stitching, I'll turn it over to the wrong side and then I'll go ahead to stitch the sides of this top. After stitching the sides down, I'll go ahead and turn it over to the right side. After turning this over to the right side, this is what it looks like. The next thing to do is to go to your ironing table and iron this properly. So after ironing, this is what it looks like. I'll set this aside and bring the back piece. Now this is the back piece. Remember, I've gone ahead to sew the zip allowance with a loose stitch. So this is what it looks like from the back, and this is what it looks like from the front. Now I'll take the front piece and I'll place it on the back piece. Now I'm going to be doing this right side facing each other. So right side facing each other. This is exactly how I'll be placing it. Now to join the shoulders neatly, please pay attention. I'm going to take the shoulder for the front part. I'll insert it into the shoulder for the back part, just like you see me. Then I'll try to bring it out from the inside, just like this. This is what it looks like. I'll smoothen it and then I'm going to go ahead and stitch it by 1/2 inch. So after I'm done, this is what it looks like. You can see it appears neat from both the front and the back. Now I'm going to go ahead and show you how to do the second part, just in case you didn't get it clearly the first time. What you are going to do, you take the shoulder, this front shoulder, you will insert it into the shoulder for the back, just like this. You put it inside and then you're going to bring it out from the inside. So this is me putting it inside carefully. So this is what it looks like after putting it inside. And then you're going to open it. See what I'm doing? You're going to open it from the lining piece and then you're going to drag it out together with the shoulder line for the back also. You're going to bring it out. So this is what it looks like. You go ahead and smoothen this up Be smoothing it up. Make sure that the both shoulders are the same. So you're basically putting the front shoulder into the back shoulder. So I'll bring it out. This is what it looks like. Now I'll go ahead and stitch it in by 1/2 inch. Then I'll bring it back and show you what it looks like. So after stitching this down, this is what it looks like. As you can see, it looks very neat from both the inside and the outside. So this is the back part of this, and this is what it looks like. Now the next thing to do is to go ahead and join the sides. We're almost done with this top. Join the sides using your measurements. So I like to take my measurement from the midpoint. You can do yours however you are used to. So I'll take 1/4 of my bust measurement. I'll mark the point. I'll do the same for the left and the right side. So I'll come over to my waistline. I'll do the same thing. My waist circumference divided by 4. I'll take one part here and then I'll take the other part on the other side. Now on the bottom part of this top, I'll be taking my hip measurement. I know the top doesn't get to my hip, but I wanted that area to flare out a little bit. So I'll be taking my hip measurement on that area. Hip circumference divided by 4. I'll take it on both the left and the right side. And then I'll join all my lines together, all my points together with a line. Just like you see me doing, like so. Now after drawing my line, I like to go in with my tape just to be sure. Then I'll go ahead and stitch on the lines that I have drawn to join my top together. So after stitching this down, I also went ahead to add my zipper. So this is what it looks like. I didn't stitch this to the end because I'm going to be piping the bottom part of this, but this is what it looks like. It's coming out nicely. So like I said, I didn't take this to the bottom part, so that's where I stopped because I'll be piping the front and the back part before I join them together. I don't know if that makes sense. I hope you understand what I'm trying to say. Now, the reason why I'm piping this, because if you look at this Ankara, you see that is a 2-colored Ankara, and that's what I use. I use the yellow part to make the yoke. So I'm just going to be cutting out of it to pipe it, just so it will look nice. So I've gone ahead to pipe the front part of this just to show you what it will look like. So I've piped it and this is what it looks like. Now for the piping, I went ahead to cut out 1 inch of this fabric. This is 1 inch, and then I'm just going to be folding it like a bias strip. I'll be folding it like a bias strip. This is what I'll be using to pipe the back part. As you can see, I've piped the front, but I haven't piped the back. I'll fold it like a bias stitch, and then I'll pipe it like I'm piping with a bias strip. So the first thing I'll be doing is to open up my zip. So this will be easy for me to do. Then I'll place this fabric on the wrong side. I'll place the fabric on the wrong side. I'll stitch it down on the wrong side, and then I'll stitch it down like this on the wrong side. After I'm done stitching it down, sorry, and then I'll turn it over like a bias and use it to pipe on top. So after I've gone to pipe the back part of this top, this is what it looks like from the back. This is exactly how it came out. I like the way that it came out. This is the front piece, and now I'll go ahead and give it a good press. So guys, this is the end of this tutorial. Please, if you've learned something, don't forget to give this a thumbs up, comment, share. It helps my YouTube algorithm if you do so. Thank you for watching and hope to see you in my next tutorial. Bye.